Coming up, government deal signs an executive order for Georgia schools.
And new emails from the White House shed new light on the Benghazi attack. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Shelby Mitchell.
And I'm Ariane Griffin. Georgia Governor Nathan Deal released an executive order Wednesday concerning Georgia schools.
The executive order reaffirms that the federal government does not control school curricula in Georgia. Deal went on to say that decisions regarding curriculum will be made on a local level. 45 states, including Georgia, have voluntarily adopted a learning model based around concepts that all students need to know by graduation. These concepts are called the Common Core.
The body of a Georgia man who disappeared at a race in Talladega, Alabama, more than a week ago has been found. CNN's Sherry Evans has the story.
10 days after 28-year-old Nicholas Bauer went missing at Talladega Superspeedway, his body was found in a nearby creek around noon. Talladega County Sheriff Jimmy Kilgore says Bauer was spotted by searchers in a helicopter. His body concealed by tall grass in the Jackson Shoals area just a short distance east of the bridge on Jackson Trace Road. There are still many unanswered questions about what happened to Nick Bauer. He disappeared Saturday night, May 4th, after going to the races with coworkers.
This has been a nightmare. I mean, Nick and I went to high school together and we've just been together. We moved down here from Indiana together, and I mean, he's my life. I can't imagine a life without Nick,
Bauer was living in Villa Rica, Georgia, working for the Fastenal Company in Atlanta. His family and girlfriend Jennifer Bosch spent days searching for him. Bosch issued this statement Tuesday night. "Nick is a great guy, the love of my life. Nobody can light a candle to all the joy and love he has brought me. I know he's watching down on me." His sister Bridget says, "Nick was a great man. I don't know how I'm going to function without him. I will miss him more than words can describe." In a news release, Sheriff Kilgore thanked the countless men and women who assisted in the long search effort. He also said our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends.
The Valdosta Police Department is still on the lookout for any suspects for last Friday's murder of Kenwaljit Spy. A $2,500 reward is being offered for any information on the murder. If you have any tips regarding the shooting, contact Valdosta Police Department.
The White House has released dozens of pages worth of emails linked to last September's fatal attack in Benghazi. The exchanges between administration officials were made public yesterday. According to the emails, it appears the CIA took charge of creating talking points about the incident that killed 4 Americans, including Ambassador Christopher Stevens. They also say intelligence officials originally weren't sure of Islamic extremists took part in the attack. Prior to the release of these emails, the talking points were a touchy political topic. Some Republicans said officials knew the incident was a planned terrorist attack, but told the public it was a violent demonstration related to a video that ridiculed the Islamic religion. The president is also accused of not increasing security before the attack and mishandling its reaction afterwards.
Sheriff Donnie Youngblood of the Bakersville Police Department in California wants an FBI inquiry into the in-custody death of David Silva, who died last week after being beaten by deputies. 2 witnesses say they filmed the incident on their cell phones, but the phones were confiscated. They described Silva as lying on the ground, begging for his life as officers struck him with batons. The controversy has highlighted police brutality and the legal issues that arise with cameras recording evidence.
The U.S. Justice Department says media giant Apple was the leader of an e-book price-fixing ring with the 5 major publishing houses. The houses, which include Penguin, Macmillan, HarperCollins, Simon & Schuster, and Hackett, have agreed to settle the case, but Apple plans to go to trial on June 3rd. Emails from late founder Steve Jobs seem to indicate that Apple was conspiring to fix e-book prices in a scheme to force Amazon to raise its prices. The spokesman from Apple argues the company helped to innovate ebooks and is looking forward to a court date.
The drug war takes another shift as recently elected President Enrique Peña Nieto of Mexico has decided to limit American intervention. Under previous President Felipe Calderón, American agents could gather intelligence and prosecute individuals and organizations involved in the drug trade. Agents must now work with the central government of Mexico, which they claim will hurt the speed and efficiency of investigations.
Coming up, a ribbon cutting in Valdosta will mean better health care for South Georgia.
And Chris Jones has our hot weather forecast. Stay with us.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose Division II.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. Some local students are taking a stand against school violence.
Tift County Middle School students are worried that violence is taking over their city after several murders and shootings this past year. 7th grade students at 8th Street Middle School will take a stand against crime by hosting 4 peace rallies throughout the school day on Tuesday beginning at 8 a.m. Around 600 students are expected to rally in front of the school to show that they are no longer accepting violence as an answer.
Valdosta Regional Airport held a ribbon cutting for its new medical transportation helicopter. News Valdosta's Pierce Mack has more on the event.
The Valdosta Regional Airport is now home to the new paramedic rescue helicopter, the first of its kind to permanently serve the Valdosta region. The helicopter will give patients, especially those in rural areas from a hospital, a better chance of surviving a life-threatening incident by getting them to the hospital a lot quicker.
I think it's a tremendous capability that they bring to our area. We've had helicopters come in here before, but we've never had one based here. So they had to have the transit time to get from wherever they were based to here to pick up a patient to take them somewhere else. And now, with that really wonderful new helipad at South Georgia Medical Center, these guys are a couple minutes away from taking someone to either a higher level of care, or like just now, they've responded to a scene down in Hamilton County, Florida.
With so many rural communities in South Georgia, it can take up to 45 minutes for an ambulance to arrive on the scene. With this new paramedic helicopter, that time can be cut right in half. With News Valdosta, I'm Pierce Mack.
Smith Northview Hospital and South Georgia Medical Center are continuing to build a stronger bond. The Hospital Authority Board met to vote to allow the surgeons with privileges at Smith, which includes surgeons from the Houston Clinic, to have the same access to the ambulatory surgery center as SGMC surgeons. Physicians will also have access to the Da Vinci Robotics Surgery Suite at SGMC.
Officials say that Jekyll Island have been developed which could endanger plants and wildlife. A state law from 1971 stated that no more than 35% of the population island could be used for commercial development. Officials say that over 1,700 acres of salt marshes have been previously counted as land. Removing the acreage resulted in a violation of the 1971 law. No immediate action is planned as commercial developers, politicians, and environmentalists are debating whether marshes should be counted.
Within a 12-month span, Georgia went from being a state with 95% drought to a state where 99% of its counties are drought-free. According to the National Weather Service, the only 2 counties in the state of Georgia that remain in a drought are McIntosh and Glenn counties. This drastic change in rain patterns makes it easier for farmers across the state to plan their irrigation over the course of the summer.
Now that we're out of the drought, the biggest concern is how hot this summer is going to be.
Chris Jones is standing by in our weather center with the latest forecast. Chris?
Thanks, Shelby. We'll take a quick look at your weather for tonight. Got a great night on deck for tonight. Partly cloudy skies. You can expect to see the skies getting a little bit clearer as we move on into the night. But low in the lower 60s, we'll call it 62 with calm winds. So whatever you have planned should be a great night to do it. But tomorrow, that is a real scorcher. High of 90 degrees, sunny, calm winds. Great day to get out and have some fun on a beautiful Friday afternoon. But and when I said it was a scorcher, I was not kidding. UV index is extreme at 11, so you definitely want to be careful. I'll put on sunscreen at least every 2 hours, and skin damage could happen in as little as 15 minutes. Pollen, same as it has been for the past few days, seeing it at a medium now, and also the predominant, the love is in the air for oak, hickory, and birch, as those are the predominant makers of pollen. That is it for your weather today, and back to Ariane.
Coming up, Pierce Mack has the latest in sports.
And later on, we'll tell you how much the Powerball jackpot is now worth. Stay with us.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Valdosta State University.
Quality academics.
Caring faculty mentors.
A beautiful campus.
Opportunities for involvement, leadership, and service.
Championship athletics, spirit and pride.
Discover your opportunities.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. 2 NBA teams have been eliminated from the playoffs.
Pierce Mack is in the Sports Center with the highlights. Pierce?
Thanks, Shelby. We start our coverage out west, where the Western Conference is down to its Final Four. Kevin Durant had more than a pain in his neck, especially without his sidekick Russell Westbrook, as the Thunder tried to avoid elimination from the Grizzlies. Let's pick it up in the third. Memphis up by 12. Tayshaun Prince trailing the play, gets the pass, and throws it down over 2 Thunder players as the Grizzlies bench goes crazy. Later in the third quarter, Grizzlies up 7. Randolph with the high-arching step back over Serge Ibaka and hits it with the shot clock winding down. Fourth quarter, Memphis up 5 with under 20 seconds to play, and Reggie Jackson hits the 3, giving the score 86-84 Grizzlies. OKC would have to foul, and Randolph would go to the line for 2. After missing the first, Zebo misses the second, and the Thunder are only down by 2. Reggie Jackson gets it to Kevin Durant. Durant closely guarded, and Durant's shot is off, and the Grizzlies collect the rebound. Thunder will have to foul again, and the Grizzlies move on to the Western Conference Finals, where they will play the winner of the San Antonio Golden State series. Durant was 5 for 21 for 21 points. Dwayne Wade was a game-time decision for Game 5 against the Bulls, pictured here getting his knee retaped as the Heat looked to close out Chicago in Game 5. Chicago up 8 in the third quarter, and LeBron, with the hesitation dribble, goes to the hole and gets fouled, plus the bucket for the three-point play. LeBron had a team-high 23 points with less than 6 and a half to play in the fourth quarter, with Richard Hamilton, who hasn't seen much action this postseason, hits the pull-up jumper to give the Bulls the lead. Hamilton had 15 points, and a Miami reserve would come right back and give the Heat the lead. Norris Cole drives down and throws it down with the left hand, giving the score 84-83 Heat. Now with a little over 3 minutes left, Cole misses the jumper, and Wade with the follow-up slam to give Miami a 7-point lead. Wade had 18 points, giving the score 93-86 Heat. But Chicago would cut the lead to 3 in the waning seconds, and the Bulls will have multiple chances. Jimmy Butler forces up a 3, and it hits nothing but backboards. Chicago would get the rebound, but would not get off another shot in time, and the Heat eliminate Game 4, Chicago in Game 4 to advance to Eastern Conference Finals. On Wednesday, Lowndes High's baseball team committed 4 errors against Roswell that led to 5 runs for the Hornets. These costly errors resulted in a 5-2 loss for the Vikings and the elimination from the Class 6A state playoffs. It was a low-scoring affair up until the top of the 6th inning, with the score tied 1-1, until Lowndes committed 4 errors that led to 4 runs that put the Vikings in a 4-run hole with only 6 outs to play. The Vikings finished the season with a 22-11 record, while Roswell will advance to face Walton in the state semifinals. Lastly, Lady Blazers softball is back in action this weekend at Steele's Diamond for the NCAA South Super Regional. The Blazers will play in a best-of-3 series against Alabama Huntsville. Game 1 is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Friday. That's all for sports today. Back to you, Ariane.
Thanks, Pierce. Coming up, we'll tell you about a film competition and a photo contest.
And Who Wants to Be a Multimillionaire? We'll have the latest from the Powerball. Stay with us.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. If you'd like to get a jump start at being a film director, a statewide competition may be the thing for you.
The Lights, Camera, Georgia Short Film Competition is looking for entries for its Blondes Lens Film Festival. The grand prize is a total of $10,000. Filmmakers have the chance to show off their skills to promote Georgia Lottery's 20th anniversary. Visit the Lights, Camera, Georgia website for more information.
Do you have what it takes to capture the beauty of Valdosta? If so, you have 15 days left to enter the annual Valdosta People's Choice Photo Contest. Non-professional photographers are welcome to participate and can enter up to 5 photographs. The deadline for all entries is May 31st, and photos must be hand-delivered or mailed to Annette Howell Turner Center. The winner's work will be displayed at the Turner Center in the Tillman Gallery.
After being closed for 2 solid years, Hooters is planning to reopen later this fall. The Valdosta Hooters was one of the 9 restaurants that had disagreements with their parent company in Atlanta, so it closed in March of 2011. But spokesman Scott Yates says the restaurant on Clubhouse Drive is planning a comeback sometime in the 3rd quarter of the year.
If you enjoy seeing unique animals, then you're in luck. Wild Adventures will host 2 albino American alligators at its theme park this summer. Many refer to these gators as swamp ghosts because they are roughly 6 feet long with white-colored skin. These types of alligators are so rare, less than 100 in the world exist. Wild Adventures will only house these alligators during the summer.
A lot of people dream about being a millionaire, but why settle for that when you can be a billionaire? If you want to get about halfway there, check out the current Powerball lottery. The current jackpot is up to $475 million. For a better chance at winning, you can pitch it in with a group. The drawing will be able to start Saturday night.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Shelby Mitchell.
And I'm Ariane Griffin. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.